In this lesson, we're going to talk more about proportional relationships. So let's just do now first. Number one, we know how to find the unit rate. So rate is just compare two different unit. But unit rate, we're going to talk about like how many miles you can drive per like one unit. So it's going to be you compare 300 miles to 12 gallons. And you're going to change to 1 gallon and how many miles. We learned about cross multiplication. I'm going to write it 12x is equal to 300 times by 1 gallon, which is 300. And now you're going to divide it by 12, divided by 12. So it's going to be x is equal to 300 divided by 12. So it's going to be 2, 24, 60, and 5. So 25 miles per gallon is going to be per 1 gallon. This is going to be the unit rate for number one. And number two, $125 per 25 people. What about per 1 people? I'm going to just put x. And let's do cross multiplication. 25x is equal to, I know you guys are an expert of cross multiplication, 125. So x is equal to 5. So $5 per 1 person. Let's copy it down. And the amount that the value or state of something will change over some interval of time, it's called rate of change. We want to see how the things are changing over the time. So let's say time is 3, 6, 9, 12, and there's a graph 3 and 6 and 9 and 12. And for each time, let me just put the height of tree or height of anything. So let's say 3, the height is 2, and what is the height for 6 seconds? It's 4 meters, and for 9 seconds and 6 meters, and for 12 seconds it's 8 meters. So to figure out if it's a proportion or not proportion, we already learned about you can just put them into a ratio, 6/4 and 9/6 and 12/8. So if you simplify everything, then it's going to be 3/2, 3/2, and 3/2. So we already know that this is proportional relationships. So now you can say, oh, it's a proportion. And the height and the time, they are proportional. The two variables are proportional. And as you see, the graph of every proportional relationship, it's every proportional relationship, or every proportional relationship passes through the, where? Passes through the origin. So all the proportional relationship, they are passing through the origin, okay? So if it's not passed through the origin, for example, like this, then this is not proportional relationship. This is not P. This is not proportion. I'm going to go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm going to go up by, oh, never mind. So if you look at the y's, you have to go up by 10. So let me go up by 2. Okay, let me erase this. And I need you to put a scale on your graph. So 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So I'm going to go up by 1. I think the maximum is only 6, so max number is 6. So I'm going to go up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and there's an origin here, right? 7, 8. So now where's 2, 6? You have to put 2, plot 2, 6, and 4, 8, 4, 8, and you're gonna put 6, 10, 6, and 10. Okay, and we just finished the graph, like we plotting all the points, and now we need to see if it's a proportional relationship. If you connect this, then this line, do you think this line passed through the origin or not through the origin? It doesn't pass through the origin, so it's not a proportion relationship. So it's not P, because it doesn't pass through the origin, 0, 0. And you may also find the ratio 2 over 6, 4 over 8, 6 over 10. Let's simplify. When you simplify all three ratios, if it's all same value, if all the fractions are equivalent, then you can say those are x and y are proportional, 1/3, 1/2, 3/5. They're all different. They're all different. So x and y is not proportional. And number 2, I'm going to do the same thing. Let's put a scale on the graph first. Let's plot, and 1, 2 should go here. I went up by 1 for y because the max number is only 6, so it's up to the questions. It's up to the data. So you decided. So 2, 4, 2, 4, and 3, 6. 3 and 6. All right, so now I'm going to connect the lines. If you have a ruler or paper, any straight line, then you will see this line pass through the origin, right? So you just say, oh, it's a proportional. It's a proportional. X and Y are proportional because the line passes through the origin, right? So now it does pass through the origin, so it is a proportional. And if you want to double check by, checking all the ratios, it's a 1 over 2. 2 fourth, also 1 over 2. 3 6, it's also 1 over 2. So they're all equivalent ratios. So they're all equivalent. So you can also say proportional again. If you draw the line, after you plot all the data, 1, 3, 2, 4, and everything, then you see that this doesn't pass through the origin, so it's not proportional. X proportional. X and Y's are not. X and Y are not proportional because the line doesn't pass the origin, right? Pass through the origin. And when you simplify the ratio 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 5, and 4 to 6, then you see those are not equivalent. When you simplify it, you will see the next one. You see the line pass through the origin, right? 0, 0. So it is a proportional relationship. Proportional. X and Y are proportional because it does pass through the origin. And you also say, 1 over 0.5, or you may just, find the unit rate. It's going to be 0.5, and it's also going to be 0.5, and 0.5, and 0.5. If you multiply by 0.5, then you will get the next number. So it is a proportional.